guys, and welcome back. Here we are in July of 1939 with the Comintern turn. First off here, I'm going to get my peacetime income increase die roll out of the way. I get 1d12 in peacetime income starting in July of 1939, so let's do that now. That's a 4. Okay, looks like my tech rolls, huh? We'll move up to 12. Not ideal, but every little bit helps, I guess. Next thing I want to talk about is, since I have been so terrible at tech, I decided to sign the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact with the Germans, which is something I don't usually do, but I was allowed some concessions. So obviously we're starting it on my turn and not the Germany turn, which means I should get 1 extra turn of benefit. And then I added some extra stipulations on there as well that Germany was agreed to. But fact of the matter is I have 6 tech rolls right now, 5 factories plus 1 for Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. So I have 1 extra tech roll to miss every turn until further notice. We're going to do mechs, which is at stage 2. We're going to do long-range aircraft, which is at stage 1. Heavy bombers is not on the board. Oop, I got these mixed up. Wrong order, doesn't matter. Rockets is not on the board yet. Wartime economy is luckily at stage 2. That, I guess, if any of them at stage 2, you kind of want that one. And then I've got improved factories at stage 1. So let's go 6 dice here, and let's see some low numbers. Kind of spoken into existence. So we've got 2 out of 6 here. Okay, wartime economy and improved factories. We're not going to talk about it, okay? We're just not even going to talk about it. Part of the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact is that the Germans get a sub-base up here in Murmansk. Oops, there we go. There you go, Germans. And then, you know, some economic bonuses and stuff, like I can annex the Baltic states and stuff like that. But that's not important. Let's go to our purchases. CCP is going to buy 2 militia in preparation for the incoming menace of the KMT. Based on my calculations, I should be able to hold out for 3 or 4 turns before I succumb to the onslaught of cavalry. But that he's going to be hucking so many die that, you know, 1 bad roll will end me. But let's not even think about that. Here with the Soviets, we've got an anti-aircraft gun. We're going to buy another anti-aircraft gun for the British as the final payment for cutting Lend-Lease off from the nationalists. We're going to buy our only colonial unit, which is the Cossacks down here, which is a cavalry unit that moves 3, which I just think is hilarious. They're zooming all over the map. You can get to Eastern Russia in 2 turns. And then we're going to buy an airborne, which leaves us with $1, and of course our international brigade will go down at the end of the turn as well. Since it is July of 1939, we are going to violate some neutrality here. My condolences to the Iranians, but they've actually got a good shot to beat us because I didn't actually bring a ton of units in these fights. We're going to walk 2 guys here into Azerbaijan, 1 cavalry and 1 infantry from Transcaucasia, which will be a walk-on. Let's just go ahead and fix that now. There we go. Here into northern Iran, we're walking, whoops, just bonking everything. 2 infantry and a fighter from Azerbaijan. This fighter will have 3 moves left over. And then we are going to do a Hail Mary down here in southern Iran with a transport plane dropping an airborne infantry and this tactical bomber. So the transport plane is going to have 4 moves left, and the TAC bomber will have 2. We're also going to annex Mongolia here. Really, they should be part of the Comintern, so we're going to just make that a reality by walking into Kabdo here with this infantry from northern Kazakhstan. Down here against this cavalry, we've got an infantry, a motorized, a fighter, which will have 3 moves left, and 1 light armor. Now this is a mountain territory, so that's why I brought the plane. And then down here in this other Mongolian territory, Karulin, we've got a cav, an infantry, a motorized infantry, and a light armor, all crossing that mountain border, so they will be debuffed on that first round. Okay, since we're over here, let's just start over here with our rolls. Let me grab my board. Okay, we're gonna temporarily displace this factory in Novosibirsk. Maybe. Watch out, you Tanatubin. There we go. Okay. So starting with this one, let's just roll a fighter first. Hopefully we'll get a hit here. 6 or less. Nope, it missed. That's a 10. That's what happens when you trust planes, kids. Don't do it. Now I've got 2 1s for an infantry and a motorized infantry. Oh, wow. Okay, who needs planes? Not me. And then he will defend with a cavalry at 2 and miss. Okay. Excellent. I'm going to rotate you back down here for 1 second. He will lose a cavalry. And we have basically annexed Central Mongolia. Or I'm going to call it an alignment because Mongolia was already in our camp, right? Now we've got Karulin over there, which we will also need some luck for. I've got 2 1s, a motorized and an infantry coming across this mountain border. Miss with a 4 and a 5. Now our cavalry will be at a 2 because of the mountain border. That is an 11. You know, there's just a little bit of area that you guys can't see without moving the camera, and they always land right in there. Now this light armor coming across the border is going to be at a 3 because of the mountain border. And he will miss. Okay, so militia at a 2. Ooh, that was spinning on that 1. Okay, now we've got 2 2s for our 2 infantry. A 3 for the cav. And a 4 for the light armor. And there it is in that corner. It's a 5 though. Alright, a 2 for the militia. Oh, he's getting closer. He's going to hit me next turn, huh? So I've got 2 2s for the infantry. A 3 for the cav. Ooh, that was right on that too. Gosh darn it. And then a 4 for the tank. And a 2 for his militia. 2 2s for my infantry. We're just going to go speed rolling here. That's a 7. 3 for the cav. 4 for the tank. Missed. Okay, 2 for his militia. Whew, 2 2s for our infantry. A 3 for our cav. A 4 for our tank. Oh my god. 2 for his militia. 2 2s for my infantry. Leave it to the infantry. They're going off. And then a 2 for his militia. And he missed. Wow. So that was a trash bowl if I've ever seen one, but we got the job done in Mongolia. Alrighty, Karulin is ours. Excellent. Let's move on to Iran. And we're going to put you right up there in Kazakhstan. Let's see if I can get all this in one frame. Okay. Our factory will go home to Novosibirsk, and we will try to place this right here where you can kind of see it. Okay, let's start with northern Iran, because we can see it right here. It is a mountain territory, so our infantry will be terrible. We are 100% baking on our plane here. So we got 2 1s and a 6. Come on, baby. Got him. Look at that. Oh, well, I just messed it up, so you can't really trust me anymore, but that was a 2. You guys saw it, right? So we will remove Iranian infantry and add that Russian Red Star there. Okay, now down here in southern Iran, the sketchiest fight, to be sure, is an airborne and attack versus that Iranian infantry. Okay, because it is an airborne assault, I will be rolling at a 2 for that airborne on the first round in the mountains. And our attack bomber will be at a 7. Just rolled the 7 twice in a row, but hey, that's all we needed. Now we are going to whip out our prayer beads and roll this Iranian infantry. Oh baby, look at that. So I don't know what to say. I was about to make a joke about Germany, but it feels like it's too soon. He just left my apartment after that wonderful round of rolling he had. Prayers up for Categoric Cow. He had a bad day. Alright guys, so those are all of our attacks. Let's move into, well, I guess we can do our income first. So we've got 3 IPPs there in Iran and 2 IPPs from Mongolia. We will track this income separately. So 5 from captured territories, 12 for our peacetime income. That all looks good. Now let's go to our non-combat movement. Starting with this plane here, he's got 3 movements left. He can come 1 through Kabdo, northern Kazakhstan, and on to western Kazakhstan. Gorgeous. Moving down to Iran, we will land our planes from here. Attack bomber with 2 moves left is going to move up to Transcaucasia. Fighter with 3 moves is going to go on a journey. He's going to go through the Caspian, western Kazakhstan, up to Saratov. Can you see that? Ooh, just barely. So 1, 2, 3 into Saratov. Our air transport will go 1, 2, 3, and 4 into Kazakhstan, or Stalingrad, not Kazakhstan. So he will be in Stalingrad. That's all well and good. Let's recap our forces down here. We've got infantry and cavalry in Azerbaijan, 2 infantry in northern Iran, and airborne in southern Iran. Attack bomber and infantry in Transcaucasia, transport in Stalingrad, fighter in Saratov, fighter in western Kazakhstan. Over here we've got an infantry in Kobdo, motorized infantry, normal infantry, and a light armor in central Mongolia, motorized infantry and an infantry, as well as a cavalry and a light armor there in Karulin. Okay, we've got just a few more non-combat moves. These 2 international brigades from Moscow are going to rail to Chita, because if Dan really isn't going to attack China, there's only one place for that big army to go. So I'm getting a little bit worried about his intentions over here. But I digress. Let's keep on going with our non-combat moves. Should be able to see everything right there, so I'm going to walk around. We are going to grab another fleet sub from the 3rd Army here off of Leningrad. Yeah, the 3rd Army fleet. He's going to go through the Baltic White Sea Canal. And then this sub that was already in Sea Zone 6 is going to come across the northern route here. These were actually supposed to mark these naval movements, but I remembered them, so it's okay. You need them. All right, guys, I believe that is it for our non-combat movements. We did our 2 rails, we moved our ships, we completed our attacks, we adjusted the income. Whoops, that brought it. Excuse me. Wow, that was a sequence of events right there. Okay. I'm just going to pretend like that didn't happen, just like my tech. So let's place our units over here in Shinsi, excuse me, Japanese man on West Timor. We're adding 2 militia, which will bring us up to a total of 6 militia in Shinsi, with a cav and 3 mountains. Now he's got a lot of dudes, but they have to retreat and they don't roll very well in the mountains, so it's an interesting fight to be sure, but I think I've got a few more turns of life there, barring some poor luck on the rolls. So let's move on to our placements in mainland Russia. Up here in Novosibirsk, we are going to put our anti-aircraft gun. Oops. Over here in Stalingrad, we're going to put our airborne to be picked up by that transport. The Cossacks go into North Caucasia. And what's left? We've got this International Brigade, which will go into Moscow. I feel bad for those Spaniards from the other 2 International Brigades that got railed out to the Far East. That is not what they signed up for, I don't imagine. We're not at war with Germany, so we are going to, might as well start our Lend-Lease up there in Kola, and it's going to come down and be delivered into London. All right, guys. All that's left to do is collect some income and then do our rolls for the CCP. So let's clean this up a little bit. I've got a little bunch of stuff just laying here. Okay. CCP spent 4, collect 2. The Soviets spent everything but 1. We are earning a base of 12, which brings us up to 13. We have 5 from non-home country, which brings us up to 18. And then we will get 3 from the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, which will bring us up to a cool $21 for the Soviets. Okay, and now we're going to finish up here with roles that are becoming progressively more and more important, which are the alignment roles for the CCP. I guess we'll switch back over to the northeastern warlords there in Peking and try to align him for, we're rolling here at a 1. Okay, and now our recruitment roll is also at a 1. Getting closer. Hey, next turn, we'll hit our 2nd roll. All right, that's it, guys. Check out Madman Dan for Japan in July of 1939. Let's see what he's got in store with those Japanese troops that have just successfully occupied the Dutch East Indies. All right, I will see you guys later.